Twin flames, soulmates, soul flames. I am Virtuosa the Goddess, and welcome to my portal of love. Listen, family. I This is the second time I've done this video, so that's why all the cards are turned upright. Um, so while the surprise factor may not be there, the joy of having the energies interpreted, I will recreate the magic. I don't know what happened. The battery was going low. Anyway, I don't want to tell you any problems. You all have your own problems. But thank you for joining me in my portal of love. If you're new, if you're returning, please both hit the subscribe because I want to manifest a commercial on this channel. That is my ultimate goal. I would just love to have a commercial. I love commercials. I love to sing along. I love commercials. Anyways, that is my goal for this channel, to have a commercial. Anyways, I know that's kind of goofy, but I am kind of goofy. But anyways, thank you for being here, and thank you for allowing me to interpret the cards. I already called in the divine energy, the ancestors, the spiritual team. I already had the candles lit, the water. I introduced the gods and goddesses. Um, but I do, want to let you know that if you are a soulmate, soul twin, soul flame, twin flame, all the above is still the same, the divine Holy Trinity. When you find the three, which is the divine masculine, divine feminine, and the divine, when you find the three, you find the one, because one is of the three and three is of the one. So I have the one candle lit, signifying the light from the divine masculine and feminine share. And I also shared in my video that did not make it, the one that just went kaput, how the angels were ministering to me, and I wanted to share that with you guys. They were describing what the divine feminine is going through at this time. In regards to the journey and the portion of this cycle that most of us are in right now. But they took us back to the beginning of even Asara Set and Haru's journey, where at some point in time throughout all history, divine feminines at some point have had to be alone. So, and during that time, divine feminine finds her strength and her patience, because the divine masculine and divine feminine were put together to be helpmeets or helpmates, whichever one you want to call them. Meet and mate means meet us in the middle, meet us in the garden. You meet in the garden of Eden, the garden of abundance that divine has for you, but you have a divine obligation. So we were created, the twin souls were created to fulfill divine obligation. We agreed to in divine obligation before reincarnating here on earth. So divine feminine, the message to me before I even pulled the cards was to have patience. And I was told by the angel, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, that, he's also an ancestor. I woke up to this message, that the root word of patience is pate, which means pain and hurt. So patience does cause pain and hurt. And I remember asking the divine masculine at one point, why does love hurt so much? And he said, because without the hurt, you cannot experience the joy. You will not, it will be just normal. It will just be flatlined for you, is what I interpreted that to mean. So, patience, root word pate is the root word of patience, which is pain and hurt. We must have patience this pain and hurt as we long to see the divine masculine not show up in his lower self or how he's shown up before. We want to see him with the divine spirit of life with it in him. We want to see the divine take dominion of the divine masculine and insert all of the divine's energy in the divine masculine. Therefore, when we see divine masculine, we will see a God. We want to see a portion so much of the divine in the divine masculine that you think you're seeing what people call God. And when he sees, we want to get rid of our shadow self so much to the point that when the divine masculine sees us, he thinks he's seeing a goddess or the divine mother goddess in us. A representation is what I'm saying of God you should see in your masculine, and divine feminine is a representation of the divine goddess, the divine mother, the holy mother. He's the holy father and she's the holy mother. And together, when they come together, that's that powerful force of creation. Okay, just like a baby. So that is why divine feminine, you are being asked to have patience with the temperance card. The overall energy was the temperance card. Divine masculine has the hermit. He is to go within. Right now, currently, he is going within. Between the energies, the divine connecting the energies is the wheel. The wheel is reoccurring events, opportunities, luck, chance, things that you know are coming from what people call the universe, the divine. So the divine is giving us opportunities to make good on these reoccurring events. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like repeating cycles, but it feels like a repeating cycle for me, personally, with this cycle that we're in. Oh, the card fell. Well, I'm going to leave it because also it was clarified with the same card in another deck. So I'll just put that up there. You know, it looks mismatched, but that's okay because today there are some things, there's some energy that wants to stop. This must have a power, this video must have a powerful message because all the energies have been trying to stop me from delivering these messages. However, anyway, so divine feminine with the temperance. So what is the divine feminine needing? I asked the question, what is the divine feminine needing to have temperance and patience about? The angel had already spoken to me. But I also pulled the card, which is very magical. It was very magical to pull the lovers, but the lovers is in reverse. So that means that divine feminine right now, we are like not feeling a lot of emotion for our divine masculines. We're not feeling like we have a healthy connection with him in the third dimension, because if you're like me, you haven't heard from your masculine and you're not going to reach out because you're having patience. You're having patience and you're waiting on this to unfold naturally. And that's why this message, I usually do my messages for non-communication, because I could be calling my divine masculine every day, but I want to see the magic. I want to see what the divine has for me personally. I want to experience that. So we've kind of detached. So that's why this lovers is in reverse. We're kind of uncertain. The passion is not really there for that. But divine feminine, you have the Page of Pentacles. So what we're doing is being committed to action and in the physical realm. Pentacles about the physical realm, the 3D realm. So divine feminine, you're expanding in that area. So we've chose to concentrate on that area. I like to do the divine feminine first because I kind of wanted you to know where we are. There's usually divine feminine, whether you're a man or a male or a female, trying to figure out what's going on in this connection. But if you're a divine masculine, hey, welcome. So divine feminine is healing. this hope card. We are using the divine light to heal our body, our light bodies at this time, so that we can turn this heart chakra from being upside down upright. Divine Feminine is needing just a little heart chakra work because we've been patient. We've been going in. We have the Hermit as well. Divine Masculine has the Hermit as the overall energy. Divine Feminine is the underlying energy. You have Solitude as well, and it's the Divine Feminine in this card. So we have that sacred knowledge. We're going within to receive that sacred knowledge. Like I received that message from the angels, the ancestors, about divine obligation and what this connection is about, and I just shared it with you. It's about divine obligation. So this is going within, receiving that higher knowledge, that light within, studying, separating from material goods and what is material, and searching spiritually and reflecting and getting those answers. And we're being spiritually enlightened and healed at the same time, because we have been resisting this new beginning. And the new beginning, the Fool was clarifying this wheel card, the divine. So this is the divine, the energy that the divine is handing between the connection to assist this connection. So this karmic cycle to repeat, these opportunities, our destiny, is being offered with this new beginning, this fresh start, this new innocence, us being childlike and taking advantage of these opportunities. The resistance on the Divine Feminine is the heart chakra. On the Divine Masculine side is him being the Hermit. He's also having hope restored and recovering from wanting to offer his emotion and his dreams and guidance to the Divine Feminine. But you guys didn't get to see it. I had clarifiers here in these cards where the Divine Masculine was resisting, because he had previous hopes and dreams and things and desires that he thought he would be able to see through before he realized that he was a twin soul, soul flame, soulmate, and had a divine mission. And even if he did, he thought he could still play in the 3D and serve the world with material things, and not, and not the mission that the divine has for him. So his Page of Pentacles is upside down. Him and the dog is kind of upset. Dog thought he was going to have golden bones, but now he's digging for his bones. Probably there's no bones out there, because Divine Masculine is experiencing a little bit of upside down of what he thought he was going to be able to obtain financially, or how he thought he was going to obtain it. So he's resisting this tower from the divine. And I could tell you, Divine Masculine, whether the divine, what makes hail, snow, rain, earthquakes, tsunamis, is the divine. So if the divine, if this lightning doesn't get your attention, there can be a tsunami. So that's why this Chariot is in reverse. And see, the Tower card is 7. 1 plus 6 is 7. That's divine energy. This Chariot is divine energy too, which represents speed and haste in the 5th dimension. So this 7 is reversed. So the divine masculine had his own plan of how he's going to get to the divine feminine to offer this Page of Cups. But the divine has another plan, because the divine wants all his divine father's energy inside as much as he can of the divine masculine to offer to the divine feminine, not half. So the divine masculine is pretty pissed off that he got to walk away from his whole little design of the cups that he thought that he had arranged, the cups that were empty and what he thought is spilled. So he's kind of upset about it, but everything is bringing him all of this that the divine masculine is going through is going to help him once he gets into this King of Cups energy, when he goes from the page to the king, and then he can manifest. See, he's shedding old skin, so the divine is giving him that spark and the go-ahead once he clears up, because in his pile he has the throat chakra in reverse, him needing to speak his truth about this offer of emotions and feelings and guidance. And he's also telling you, divine feminine, that he wants to approach you in dream space, in dream time. So try not to eat very heavy before you go to bed. Try not to sleep with the television on. Try to meditate before you go to sleep. Release any fear. Have all love and allow Divine Masculine to approach you in your dreams tonight. He's tired of suffering in silence. He wants to share in the third dimension what he's feeling, but his throat chakra is upside down right now, so he's more comfortable in the fifth dimension. But he has let go of the heartache and loss from the past cycle with his divine feminine. He has let go, and he knows that you've let go of that pain and loss from that past cycle that you guys have gone through, or the split, or what made you guys separate. And his emotional loss is in reverse, too. So he has let go of that too. His loss was more about finances, and as far as his emotions was kind of wrapped up into that initially. And then here's that Chariot in reverse again, and this is an entirely different deck. So the Divine Masculine is not quite moving forward like he should, but he can't, because the Divine is still working on this with the Seven of Wands. The Divine is handing support, defending this connection from the lower energies that seek to bring this connection to a halt or a standstill, because the lower energies know that once the divine counterparts are all united, then there will be unconditional love, peace, and harmony, basically heaven on earth, like we were, that was prophesied. So there are lower energies that are afraid of this change. But the divine is bringing in this transformation, death to the thought of separateness, death to the thought of having chaos and just, you know, those lower energies wreaking havoc on the earth. So the divine is bringing death to those energies, and providing and help assisting with the patience between the connection, because both the divine masculine and divine feminine are tired of, you know, we're humans. We are in human bodies. We're spiritual beings in a human body. And we have, unlike no other time before ever on earth, we're going through cycles rapidly and fast. And things are occurring faster, whereas we're probably growing tired. We're being blessed with an opportunity that no other time, no divine masculine and feminine has ever been able to get. So we must be grateful. The divine wants you to know that this is past life connection, and that the cycles you might not even live to complete certain cycles. So he's handing us this Ace of Wands. He's opening up this heart chakra of the Divine Feminine, because the Divine Feminine leads the way. Divine Feminine's clarifiers over here. And then we had two. I just want to let you know we had two Lovers card in reverse. So Divine Feminine is not really focused on the third dimension relationship with her and the Divine Masculine. And that's probably why the heart chakra is a little closed. Because, you know, you don't see it, so out of sight, out of mind. That's kind of why the Divine Feminine is like that. And that's probably why the Divine Masculine is a little bit resisting his change, because our heart chakras have to be open. And I know I haven't really been focused on the Divine Masculine in the third dimension either. Like, I used to obsess over, why hasn't he called? Why haven't I called? Why can't I call? Why can't this and that? Lately, I've been just focused on my career and my mission that I do in the third dimension, and work in the community that I do. So I can kind of, understand the Divine Feminine spread and resisting a new beginning, because I'm like, wow, we just got in this cycle, and I'm kind of sort of enjoying spending time in the community. Then it's like a new cycle. You never know where the divine is going to take you. So that's why you can't attach to anything. So what was interesting about the clarifiers for the Divine Feminine, I'll tell you what we do have. I pulled 7 clarifiers for the Divine Feminine as well. I just read to you the Divine Masculine 7 clarifiers. He is ending with the Magician. Divine Feminine's clarifiers are ending with the Ten of Cups. So, because Divine Feminine knows she's going to have this Ten of Cups. Divine Masculine, he knows it too, but Divine Feminine is sure. She just doesn't know how it's going to happen. So, the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine's energy, the Ten of Swords is in reverse. Those swords have fallen out of the back. There's no more betrayal. There's no more heartbreak for the Divine Feminine. She is done with that too. The King of Swords is in reverse, meaning there will be victory. There's that victory for that sword, for those swords that you felt were in your back. The Eight of Wands is upright with this. That means communication, fast communication coming. That communication, like I said, will probably come through the dream space. Because that's what the Divine Masculine wanted to say with his heart chakra, his throat chakra being in reverse. His spirit says he wants to communicate in dream space. So the Divine had the 7 of Wands with the energy connecting the twins of the counterparts, and Divine Feminine is in agreement with that, with the 7 of Wands. She knows there will be victory and support. She knows she has support from her Divine Masculine. Look at him standing in all his valor. So she knows that. Divine Feminine, I want to put these cards in this order. The last card was the Ten of Cups. So we have the Six of Swords going into this World card, which means going into your light and your dark, into this portal, this new cycle. This new cycle. Here you have everything, all the seasons. You have everything to work with. Water, air, everything. Fire, the wand. This is the feminine version of the Magician. So Divine Feminine, she kind of looks like me. But Divine Feminine, you have the feminine version, or the feminine counterpart of the Magician. So the Divine Feminine, you are manifesting. And look who's driving this boat. Oh, sorry, it went like this. Look who's driving this boat. This boat in the 5th dimension. You can tell this is not on. It's looking like the 3rd dimension, but it's not. The Divine Masculine. And look at that circle with the dot. The circle with the dot meaning the divine. That's what the divine, or the third eye, is connection to the divine. Divine Masculine. First of all, he's been working out. Your Divine Masculine probably been hitting the gym. Yeah, next time she see me, I'm gonna be fine. She's got her eyes closed. She's like, come on here. We're trying to manifest. So those 10 of Swords that were taken out are now, 6 of them are in her boat, protecting her. The other 4 he's using to rest and relax with. But yeah, this 6 of Swords, those 10 of Swords that fell out of your back, you gave 4 to the Divine Masculine to heal, and 6 to protect. As he takes you, you have that key in that Pandora's box. You have those secrets in your hand, and he's taking you and assisting you towards this portal, this new opportunity with everything that you have to manifest your 10 of Cups. I love this card. I showed my Divine Masculine this card, and I love this card because I told him, I said, this kind of reminds me of our connection. How you always guide me spiritually, not even verbally. He even was against us speaking verbal. He was all about, he was like, learn to communicate telepathically to me, because he always knew that we would spend time separated. And so I've been closed off. My heart chakra has been kind of upside down, because I'm like, why? And so I've been resisting this new beginning as well. And I kind of feel as though that the Lovers is upside down. But that's why we're being told, and that's why the angel came to me as I was asleep. I was awakened by that message, and I thought it was so beautiful. And I did want to share that magic with you guys. about having patience and what patience really mean. I didn't realize it came from the root word of pain and hurt. So that's why patience is a virtue. When you learn, and we need to learn, and actually the first reading that I did, I pulled a what can the divine feminine do to heal her heart chakra? What can the divine feminine do to stop resisting this new beginning and this harmonious connection that the divine is gonna put together? It's not trying. The divine doesn't try. The divine does. So how can the divine feminine be cooperative and not have to receive any towers? Because as I was shuffling, I kept seeing towers. So I don't want our viewers to have to get a tower. Divine masculine looks like you're headed that way if you don't go ahead and um, um, no, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine because he's let go of that idea of his pentacles. Just don't try to go back and try to do the things that you did in the previous cycle, divine feminine or divine masculine. That will help avoid a disaster tower, because what you want is an epiphany and not a tsunami. So when I asked the divine, what can the divine feminine do, the first card that came out was stop self-sabotaging. But it's not completely all, it's not about faults on this channel. We don't have faults here. We have things to work through. Divine feminine, there are shadow sides. You have your shadow sides. You have shadows, shadows of others, shadows of yourself. You see, they want to let your light out. I have our light going here for the divine feminine and divine masculine, and that's what my channel is doing. I'm providing that guide and light for us. However, you have an inner light for yourself, and those shadow sides, including your own lower self, wants to put out this light. But you see, this owl, and today, I do want to watch something about owls, because this owl represents the divine masculine to me, and this number 2 represents divine feminine. So you have you may be experiencing your divine masculine shadow self and your shadow self. So you have to learn to transmute that. So when you get a negative thought, you have to transmute that, okay? Even if you don't using your intuition, just use transmutation, because we have soulmate here, and you see he's in shadow form. Even in this card, 1 plus 4 is 5. You and your soulmate, or your soul flame, twin soul, are all going through a change. That's what the 1 plus 4 means, change. And as if you can see, he has his hand right here on her solar plexus chakra. And that's where I feel my divine masculine most of the time. I should feel him in my heart chakra, where her hand is, but I mostly feel his hand on my solar plexus chakra, where he has his hand. And that's interesting because I just noticed that in this card. That is so magical, because whenever I feel him or a song comes on, I feel him right here. This is where I feel when I feel abundance coming in. I feel it also in my solar plexus chakra when something is going to happen to change a circumstance. I feel it now. That's very interesting. But we also should feel it in our heart chakra. So if someone comes to you in their shadow self, oh, you single. What you waiting on him for? He been gone for however X amount of time. He's always been there. Get past the 3D portion of it, or what you see, or things that you thought, and heal that. You have that light in your hand. You have the light. The divine is offering you healing. No more smearing your mascara. No more crying, because like I said, this is opportunity. The divine is offering counterparts that has never been offered before on earth. You incarnated during the most magical, rough, nobody said it would be easy, but you're incarnating in the most magical time ever on planet Earth since the beginning of time, before it got disrupted. So the divine masculine has some sexuality on his mind, because he probably ain't had sex with nobody. His money ain't right, and he's knowing. And look at that snake. He knows if he try to go after any other feminine right now other than his divine feminine, it's going to be karmic, because it came in reverse. This came upside down. But so 4 meaning he's realistically knowing that you're the only one for him. See how she's a goddess going into the temple. He knows that you're the only one for him. But he's been procrastinating. He's been procrastinating. He's resisting this change. 8 is abundance. He knows the divine feminine has that light to the abundance, to his divine inheritance, and that she has all the magic. But he's procrastinating. He's sitting back watching you. He's sitting back knowing. But he's procrastinating. That's why these chariots are in reverse. That's why all these chariot cards are in reverse. Because divine masculine is procrastinating. But it's okay. Because, you know, that procrastination turns into patience. Once we have patience, then the divine masculine will no longer procrastinate. So you see the patience card, 2 plus 3 is 5. When the divine feminine goes from, when she heals and gets over her shadow self. And there was another card where I saw the shadows. Yeah, these shadows behind this cloud behind the divine masculine. When the divine feminine heals herself from self-sabotaging herself, which is doubt. Self-sabotage could be doubt. It could be trying to give up on, you know, divine masculine, doubting the connection, doubting herself, doubting what the divine, you know, the divine has for you. Your inner knowing, you know what divine feminine, what the divine has for you. Let's see what this book says about this. Yeah, terrified of change, guarding your heart. See, that goes back to the heart chakra. See, the divine feminine, guarding your heart from your soulmate. Open up to your soulmate. Because besides, he wants a date. He wants a date in the dream space. See, if you don't believe me, let's let him tell you. Divine feminine, I'm procrastinating because you ain't been open in your heart chakra. And I know you're pissed off because I've been chilling. I thought I was going to have a Cadillac truck with rims and 5 butt-naked chicks running behind it and a sound system. But you had your heart closed. Well, I've been just doing what I'm supposed to do as a divine feminine. I've been going out, getting my pentacles on, and you ain't been around. Well, you know I'm in 5D. Baby, I want a date with you in 5D. All right. I'll have patience, even though it hurts. And I know, I can feel you connected to me, but I just want my 3D. 5D is better than 3D, baby. 3D is illusion. 5D is real. All right. Well, I guess I'll be patient and just work on being the best divine feminine I can be for myself, for my family, for my community, and most of all, for the divine. What about me? Well, you too. Well, I'll get it together. I'm just getting over all the stuff I had to let go. My rims, my truck, my system. Okay, that's all material stuff. I am everything. I am that pot of gold. I am your 10 of cups. And bag of chips, too. And a soda. All right. I love you. My heart chakra is open now. I just need this communication. I love you too. Oh, isn't that cute? Anyways, I just love playing with my puppets. So divine feminine. To recap what we have, your divine masculine, or our divine masculines, are going through hermit mode to be able to manifest, coming forward with that offer of his emotion that he is having for us. Divine feminine, we're working on not doubting this connection and moving forward in this cycle. And just the more we open up our heart chakras, we can give love to others, ourselves, mainly ourselves. And let that love of the divine just work through us and just be able to spill it all out in the third dimension for the earth and the people on earth that need us so badly to be in our loving space. The earth needs us to be in our loving space. Hold up. I want to pull a card. Can I please have inspiration for the divine feminine, please? Ooh. So we have a card that popped over. We have fire. 9 of Wands, integrity. And that integrity card just means, I'm going to read through it quickly because we're up on 35 minutes. Even though this is my second read, I've been here for a couple of hours. So the 9 of integrity is the sun and moon in Sagittarius. And aren't we in Sagittarius season or about to be in Sagittarius season? So it says this glorious full spectrum goddess embodies wholeness and power. She is a shining example of integrity that comes from the alignment and communion of all aspects of her being. She has achieved wholesome balance of female and male within herself and radiates with the creative force of this union. This fiery rainbow goddess is here to celebrate the integrity that you now own in this life. Aspects of your essence that have long laid dormant are now surfacing for full expression. Dominant personality traits are falling away as your being integrates with the source of who you are. You are now on the path of communion and wholeness, so that you may live in integrity and cohesive power in all that you do. Isn't that a beautiful card? I love those colors. And 9 is being born. And look, it is the sun and moon in Sagittarius. Look at that. I didn't make that up. And that's exactly where we are. So divine feminine, you're integrating that masculine and that feminine, which will turn both of these 2 lovers cards upright, because we had 2 in reverse. So that is integrating your masculine and your feminine energy and manifesting, opening that heart chakra, taming your shadows with shadow work. You know what I do? I get up every morning and I just talk to myself about any negative feeling that I feel. And on my way out of the house, I start to resolve them with positivity, to see things that are positive about the things that I thought were negative. All right, so that should work out fine. That's a little bit of shadow work, so let's see. Okay, so here is a full moon. So you're to surrender to the divine. You are to surrender to the divine. Both divine masculine and divine feminine are now to surrender to the divine. This is surrendering time. Take time out. Take time to breathe out. So take time to breathe out, because we are in the midst of our destinies. We are completing this cycle, learning the things that we did not learn either in the past life or in this one. For me, it probably was both. So let's see, any more Moonology cards want to come out? Yep, one more did. And know that you're good enough. Know that you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Virgo is, we got 2 Virgo cards out here. We got Gemini. We got Scorpio. We got probably all the signs out here. I hate to even go through that. We got water, fire, earth, all of it. So, yeah, I'm not gonna read the signs. So let's get a couple romance angel cards so we can see romantically what is happening between. So work on your partnership, divine feminine, the divine masculine and feminine within. That's been the reoccurring theme and advice for the divine feminine. removing that shadow side to heal that side so that you can allow your soulmate, you can feel your soulmate with you. And then that way you know you're not working by yourself. Um, yeah, so just give your relationship a chance and allow this new love to flow in. Because your divine masculine, with him embodying all of his divine energy, will be like a new person. It will be like a new person. Because it's safe for you to love divine feminine. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all, which is love. And your love life will be starting to ascend to a higher level of commitment, even though it doesn't look that way in the third dimension. It is happening in the fifth dimension, eventually. So the divine masculine, he needs support and help from others. He needs to ask, and he deserves love. Divine masculine, you need to know that you deserve love. And divine masculine needs to forgive his parents. Because as he forgives his mother and father, his love, the love life, our love lives will benefit. And he needs to make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And look, past life relationship, you've known each other before. Although we are new human bodies, we know the energy. And these are familiar people. They are familiar souls. So that is the romance angels stuff. And I just wanted to pull a couple of cards for affirmation cards. I create a good feeling at work. I realize there are laws that govern the universe, and I work in these laws in my everyday, in every area of my life. I know that when I do my best at my job, I will be rewarded in all sorts of ways. Divine masculine, I love and accept my family exactly as they are right now. I am ready to be healed, and I am willing to forgive. All is well. So those are the cards. Oh, and here's a good one for both divine feminine and divine masculine. I meditate on a regular basis and reap benefits from this practice. I close my eyes, think positive thoughts, and breathe out goodness in and out. Ooh, divine feminine. Ooh, and look at her heart chakra lit up. I stand on my own 2 feet. I accept and use my own power. Even it is safe for me to speak up for myself. That is beautiful. Ooh. Also, today, no person, place, or thing can irritate or annoy me. I choose to be at peace. I am neither too little nor too much, and I do not have to prove myself to anyone. Oh, and this is so good. I gotta read this one. This is a lot of positive cards. I just want to spread this positivity. I am in a joyous, intimate relationship with a person who truly loves me, even if I can't see him. My partner is the love of my life. We adore each other. That is so sweet. So I enjoyed this reading. I apologize if I had to rush through it because it was my second time. I love you guys. Please hit the like, subscribe button, and have a wonderful day. And until the next time, I love you guys, and may you all be blessed. Mwah, mwah, mwah.